Coming to you live once again from the Flagami studio in Miami, Florida. Happy Friday, everybody. I'm riding in my RV, wherever I want to be, 'cause I'm free in my RV. Yeah. Well, hello everybody, and welcome once again. Thank you all for being here. And before anything, it's Veterans Day, so we want to honor all our veterans and say thank you for, because that's something I didn't do, but it's as they say, freedom isn't free, and we're the land of the free because of the brave. So thank you all for your service, and happy Veterans Day. Let me start reading the chat. By the way, I took a long nap this afternoon, so I'm kind of oh boy. This traveling Robert fan. What's up, my boy Robert? We're doing great. As I said, I had a great late lunch. I had a great nap. So now we are starting here 3 minutes late, and I apologize for that. I hope you can hear me. I haven't even monitored my microphone here. Check 1 2. It seems to sound okay. Anyway, Rita Roth, live Minitini was amazing last week. Thank you. I'm glad you liked it. Thank you. And Kevin Bentley, happy Friday. And Lucky Dog Productions, thank you always for being here, moderating. Sue in the house. Young Dave from San Jose. William Irizarry. Hey, William Irizarry from just north of us here, a couple hours north of us. Bill and Sherry in Georgia. Hey, Antrit. I'm going to be in your neck of the woods soon. Say, yo, lifetime. Wife was waiting for it to start. Cheers and happy Friday. Happy Friday to you. And since you are now neighbors with Nomadic Fanatic and Camper Van Kevin, I thought I'd join the crowd. So I'm gonna start heading. When I do this, let me see if we get some noise here. Check 1 2. It's still good. I should be wearing headphones constantly, but I'm not. Oh boy. Dylan Reynolds, welcome to tonight's live stream from November 11th, 2022. And thank you, Dylan, for being here. And Marcy Limon. This thing is still having trouble clicking. And the bartender has arrived. Hey, Jim in DC. Yes, thanks to all our veterans for your service. Absolutely. Hey, Brody. Lee Green, thank you for your service, as always. And 61 Caddy on Route 66, happy Friday, celebrating my birthday this week. And hey, happy birthday, 61 Caddy. Happy birthday to you. And you know who else is celebrating? Christopher Olson, celebrating 24 months of being a Chief Pelican Head. Sorry, but thank you. 2 years, huh? 2 years, times goes fast. Yeah, you have no idea how fast time goes. And 25,006, happy Friday, everyone. Happy Veterans Day too. Thanks for to all worldwide. Hope Pelican didn't suffer any damage from the storm. Well, I believe we may have some branches down, but that's about it. I know on my rear camera, I see a wire hanging down. I think that's the wire from one of those speakers that I installed outside that never worked very well, by the way. They worked well for like the first few days, and then that was it. Oh man, this chat is going crazy today. How many people do we have? 250? No, 286, it says on the top. Anywho, we have Natalie Driscoll, hello there. And we have Max Melendez, hello Robert from Clearwater, Florida. Hello Clearwater there. Darlene Barcelo, we're getting the rain from Florida. Hey, sorry about that, Angela Ball, hello Robert, got my free in my RV hoodie, love it. You and Neely have a great weekend. You too, thank you so much. I'm glad you like it. I'm so glad you like it. And Cajuns across America, happy Veterans Day to all my brothers and sisters in arms. Hope you all have a great day. Dylan says 293. Yeah, it's 320. It says here now. I guess this screen that I have here is a little even more updated. I'm so glad you all decided to come and spend some time with us. Jerry Bell, getting cold in Ohio. Everyone inside watching. Well, this morning was kind of cool here in Miami, but it's been hot, man. It's been hot in South Florida. It's like winter hasn't really gotten the memo. In any case, let me since nobody has asked, let me get my William Kowalski, how's Pelicamp? I want to show you right now. I'm going to show you a live picture right now, actually. It's nighttime over there, but we should be able to see something. Jim in DC, Nicole has blown through our Virginia campsite and all is well. We got warm. Yeah, I mean, in Pelicamp, we got some winds, and I spoke to the average campers. They're like our neighbors there. And I saw we got some 20, 30 mile an hour winds, which is really nothing. I think Carl, if Carl is here from Rancho del Carl, our neighbor too, he got like one tree down, which I think that tree was probably going to go down anyway. It wasn't really all that bad. And the eye went over Pelicamp, exactly over Pelicamp. So, Bob Leach, hello from the Emerald Coast. Very windy here. Oh, the Emerald Coast, man. I wish I was there. I love the Emerald Coast. And Jackie, hi Robert, everybody. It's raining here in Toronto. I bet you it's kind of cold in Toronto already. Anyway, give me a second here. Give me a second, because today we're going back to a classic. No more of those, low carb beers. We're going back to one of my early favorites, and our Florida standard beer, Cigar City Jai Alai, India Pale Ale. Because sometimes you have to go back to the classic. So cheers, everybody. Maybe I should do it slower so we don't get too much head. But we still got too much head. Doesn't matter. It'll go down. All right, let me keep on reading. It's cold here in Missouri. I think it's getting cold everywhere except for here. So let me tell you, I'm getting the itch to hitch, like really bad. Henry Kosovsky. Hi, Robert. Greetings from southern Fairfield County, Connecticut, where the remnants of Nicole have caught up with us. Hey, they gotta go up somewhere, right? But cheers, everybody. Cheers to all our veterans. Delicious. Virang Gandhi. Robert, make a trip to Canada and Mexico. In fact, in 2023, that sounds weird. It feels like 2000 was yesterday. Believe it or not. I still remember people in Times Square with those 2000 glasses, and I thought that was a brilliant idea, coming up with that design for glasses. How come I didn't think of that? It's been 23 years. I'm showing my age. Hello from Carefree, Arizona, where temps are 76 today. Goodbye. Hey, 76 is good. And I want to thank Armando Correa for that my voice. Super chat. Thank you. Hi, Robert and Neely and Mom. I'm back early from food shopping. a little something for you. Thank you so much, brother. I really appreciate it, and we'll put it to good use in our upcoming trip to the West. Um, Antigua and Barbuda. Oh my gosh! At some point, I want to visit the islands of the Caribbean, since that's kind of my 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 area of the world, if you will, right? Since I was born in Cuba, I swam in the beaches of the Caribbean as a kid, in the southern coast of Cuba and the island of youth there. So yeah, El Mandalorian. Have you ever been to a highlight game many years ago? Many years ago, well, we're talking 30 years ago. I had a friend who was really into it, and he would, you bet. Highlight games, you go and you bet. It's like horse races or whatnot, We used to go to the Miami Highlights, which nowadays is a casino. We went like 2 or 3 times, but yeah, that was the last time I went to a highlight game. It's actually quite how should I say? It's dynamic. Manatee Cove, yes, we are starting to feel the effects of Nicole now. And Maxine Oliver, hi guys, Lucky Duck Productions are DJ RV DJ. Happy Friday, happy Friday. In 2000, when everything was supposed to shut down, well, that was that nasty Y2K bug, right? Which we all knew. I mean, most people knew nothing was going to happen, right? It would be so easy to test. Just get a computer, change the date and the time to December 31st, 1999, and see what happens. And nothing happened. But at least we got a couple of good movies out of it. What was that movie? With Sean Connery and Catherine Zeta-Jones. That was a good movie about the Y2K. And I forget the name right now. Young Davis, speaking of IPAs, I sent a bottle to your P.O. Box. Hopefully it made it there sometime this week. It did. But what happens to Robert, Space Cadet Robert, goes to the post office today. Today the post office is closed, so I'm going to pick it up tomorrow. So we'll drink it next Friday. Exploring Coast to Coast. What? No Florida Man IPA? This is my Florida Man IPA. It doesn't get any more Florida than this. It really doesn't. From Tampa, Florida, Cigar City, IPA, baby. And Lee Water is celebrating 12 months as executive producer. Excuse me. Hi from Lee and Claire. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much, and thank you for being here, and thank you for executive producer for 12 months, a whole year. I'm so sorry. Time flies when you're having fun. And Maxine Oliver, Illy, and Mom. Hello, Illy and Mom. And Mom is probably not gonna be here today, and she got an injection into her eye today because she's got something called retinopathy, and she's a bit uncomfortable today. I might swing by after the live stream just to see how she's doing. But today is the first day, so the lights, kind of bother her, and she told me she may not be able to do the live stream. But here I am, and Rockin' Rob, hello everybody. Hey everyone, can't stay, but dropping by to say hi. Have a great weekend. To all the veterans, I say thank you for your servings. Absolutely, thank you for serving. Thank you for your servings. Hey, Robert. Hi, Natalie Driscoll from Down Under. How are ya? Entrapment. Yes, that's the name of that movie. Yeah, that was a good movie. You see, one of these days, my plan here for when I get, a little more static, I want to get like a really good project. As good as I can afford projector for here, and have like a movie and watch all those movies that I really like, and all those movies that I've missed because I've been on the road all these years, or that I haven't seen, because whatnot, or that's one of the things that I want to do in my old age. Get a real good home theater and watch movies. I love movies, and I don't get to watch them, at least not with good quality as I would like to. Um, Riggs Skidmore, praying for your mom. Thank you so much. Manatee Cove, we are 3 months as executive producer. Thank you for the fun. No, thank you. Thank you. And let me go back here a little bit. I hope mom feels better, so I hope so too. Yeah, I think this is just like the first day or two that there's a little bit of discomfort, and then it gets better. That's what I've heard from everybody. Bob Popo, AK Wannabe RVer. Robert, I see your Colorado is still listed for sale where you traded it. I can't believe such a collector's items. I wish I had the funds. Really? Um, I wonder. I mean, I thought they would have sold it already, but I know car sales, have now that the interest go up, car sales go down. It's also supply and demand, right? And Dylan is gonna have his dinner. Hey, so I won't be typing in the chat. Hey, enjoy your dinner. Hi, Joe Arredondo and Sarah Casio. I have a friend coming to visit me in Naples from Ohio. I don't want to drive 5 hours, but I would love to find a nice clear spring to visit with him. He's a bit scared of alligators. I just tell him gators are, gators, they don't really, I should talk, right? But they don't really bother you unless you bother them. And I've been to that. If you go from Naples, actually, that would be relatively close. Go to Shark Valley in the Everglades. And then you can do that road. You can either do it by bike or you can take the tram. And in the tram, they explain to you everything and whatnot. And you get to walk right next to gators, pretty much. And especially now, this time of the year when it starts to cool down, that's when all the gators go out. So, yeah. Florida Man is also by Cigar City. Oh, there you go. Hi from Hawaii, Jim and John from MA, Massachusetts. And Brandon Barraghi, today is Route 66th birthday, established November 11, 1926. 1926, that's the same year my dad was born. But I digress. Actually, I'm kind of sad in a sense that over the years, they have kind of paved over many parts of Route 66, mainly I-40. So, but that's what happens with a lot of our old legacy roads. I mean, let's face it, where they built I-40, that was a perfectly good spot to Route 66 picked the perfect spot back in the day. Same with the Lincoln Highway. Where was it? Where we were in Wyoming. Was it I-80 that they just built I-80 on top of the Lincoln Highway? Brandy Williams, thank you for that super chat. Best wishes for your month, Mom, you and Illy. Thank you so much. Thank you, appreciate it. Road trip buddy. Hey Robert, how is it going? It's going great. I mean, it's I'm feeling a little loopy right now because I took a nap this afternoon, because that's what you do, right? I spent some time in the morning with Mom. I picked her up from the place where they did the shot, and stayed a little bit with her at home, and then went to get some groceries. I cooked some picadillo, keto style. And then I got sleepy. I went to sleep and I woke up like less than an hour ago. So good times. Gustavo Navas, hey, how are you? An old friend from Miami High School. Oh man, Miami High Stingeries. Bob Leach, do you have one of those fancy Hensley hitches? My dad was born in 1926. Have you ever done business with E-Taylor? I haven't done business with E-Taylor. And I didn't have a Hensley hitch, but I had a prop ride, which is basically the same thing. Very similar. It was designed by Mr. Hensley, who founded Hensley. And while it is great for Minitini I, it's kind of overkill, so I might even replace it at some point. It's very difficult for someone who doesn't have the Hensley receiver to move the trailer, and they had some trouble moving the trailer at the place where I took it a couple of months ago for them to redo the roof. So it's kind of a little bit damaged. So I don't know what I'm gonna do, especially if I intend to move Minitini I, which I don't know what's gonna happen. But I might take Minitini I on a swan song trip next year. And Sarah Casio, thank you for that super chat. Thank you so much, and thanks for all you do. Thank you, appreciate it. And did you do a podcast Thursday? I listened to it tomorrow on my way to Pennsylvania. I did something very short. To be honest, I didn't really make the time to plan anything to say, and to be honest, I didn't have anything to say, so I just did a one voicemail that I had, and a new song. Yesterday actually it took me 2 days to really finish it, and there's a new song. I don't know what I'm gonna call it yet. So right now it's a song with no name. Charlie Travelot, thank you for that super chat. Thank you so much. And Radu Stoforauk, good evening, Robert and fellow Pelican heads. Blessing from New Brunswick. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to you. Ooh, I'm sorry about that. I ate a lot and then I fell asleep. That's never good. But I've been behaving for 3 weeks, so I said, I decided, I deserve a day to splurge and having a regular IPA, just the way I like it. What's your favorite holiday, and why? Ooh, I don't know. What's my favorite holiday? I'm not big into holidays that like the way most people are. I think every day is special. Every day it should be enjoyed and cherished and greeted with love in your heart. I've never been too much of a king on the regular holidays like this time of the year. I mean, I enjoy them like everybody else, but I've never been a big fan of Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, of course, yeah, Christmas. But I don't know. I like that time after Valentine's Day when after after springtime, Easter, that kind of thing. But not really. Is that a Takamine guitar back there? No, it is not actually. I would love to get a Takamine guitar. This is very old actually. I probably had been in the United States for a year or two, and I used to go to this record store in Little Havana on 8th Street and 17th Avenue. It was called Do Re Mi Records. And I used to go there like every other week and buy a CD. Remember CDs? Actually, I probably started buying records, and then through the years, I started buying CDs instead of records. But back in the day, it was records. And they had this like 3 or 4 guitars on the top, and this was one of them. I think I paid $200 for it or something like that. And it's a Spanish guitar. It says Palmer España, hechas a mano, like guitarras de artesanía, artisan guitars made by hand, and yeah, and I've had it for probably 33 years. It's a classical guitar. I would love to have a Takamine, but electric, you know what I mean? With nylon strings, but electric. And since I don't play it as much, I haven't been able to justify it, but that's what I would love to have. What's your favorite Spanish food? Oh, not, if you're gonna talk Spanish from the peninsula, oh, it's in between a paella or a good like white alubias con chorizo, like any type of bean, white beans with all kinds of sausages and stuff. What do you call that? Like a cocido. Gary Solden, thank you for that super chat. But I love Spanish food, garbanzos. Oh man. But the one that I don't get to eat as often, because all kinds of beans I can make myself, but the one that is kind of more difficult is paella. A good paella is not easy to make. Easter's number one. Yeah, I like Easter. It's spring. It's everybody's. Everything is, and as you are younger, it's the time when school is almost over. That kind of thing. William Brody, do they celebrate Thanksgiving in Cuba, or is there something similar? I don't recall, but nowadays there's been a lot of influence, mainly from us, Cubans who live in the United States, who have gone back, and nowadays they even celebrate their version of Halloween, which was never celebrated when I lived there. When I lived there, there was a little bit of a Christmas celebration. It wasn't very much. We're talking the 70s and the 80s. It wasn't very much approved by the powers that be, but there was a little bit of a Christmas celebration and New Year's. That was the main celebration, where you would break out the pork shoulder and make a kind of a feast, if you will. I don't recall any other celebrations like that in Cuba. But I mean, I've been away from the island for almost 35 years. So, D.O. Traveling Robert, when you first started this channel, were you still working full time? Oh yeah, for the first 6 years of this channel, I was working full time. Radusto Forauk, I listened to last week's podcast and you mentioned you are planning a 30-minute video on your workflow producing the videos. I would appreciate that a lot. I have so much video and I need help. Yeah, definitely I'm going to do that. That's going to be kind of a difficult video to make, just because of the fact that, but it's going to be easier to do now that I have a better computer. But that's the plan. I plan to do like screen capture, and I'm gonna go kind of through my workflow of editing a basic video. Natalie Driscoll, my mom wants to know if you know the Buena Vista Social Club. Yeah, of course, the Buena Vista Social Club. Of course, that was that record, CD. There was a movie made too, back in the early '90s. Ray Cooder, he went to Cuba and he found all these old people, that had been forgotten, they have been forgotten for 40 years. And he basically revived that traditional style music with that record. And yeah. They play beautifully. You could always throw a pick in that guitar you've got there. It sounds very clean. I love the sound of that guitar. Fabada, yes, Chef at Large. Fabada is one of those that I love. Yeah, Fabada. That's the word I was looking for. Hey, Mikey, glad you enjoyed the new video. Larga vida y prosperidad. Thank you. What's your favorite state? I don't have one. I mean, oh, my mom is here. Everybody say hello to my mom. She made it. Hey. As I was talking about my favorite state, it changes. It changes. As I discover new states. I mean, there's beauty in every state, as you're gonna discover and I just finished editing my North Dakota video. And yeah, North Dakota is the least visited state. It's not one of those states that you think, yes, wow. But there's a lot to see in North Dakota. It's just a little out of the way. But then again, it wouldn't be fair competition as far as natural beauty to compare, let's say, Arkansas. No, Arkansas, no, or no, I mean to say Kansas, for example. Arkansas, too, they have great natural beauty, don't get me wrong. But then you have Utah, Arizona, California, and it's like, we're on a different planet here, and even Florida. Florida is it's my home state. I love Florida. It's beautiful. It's a tropical paradise. But as John Huggins told me once, and I'll never forget it. I was interviewing John and Kathy Huggins at the Tampa RV show many years ago, before I started doing this full time, and he even told me, you gotta get out of Florida. It's nice, but it's pretty much all the same. And it's kind of true. You got the nice beaches. You have some springs, not hot springs, cold springs, if you will. And then you have the Florida forest with changes. There are three types of forest. There's South Florida. There's the Central Florida area, which is different. And then as you go north, the palm trees are different. You get the palmettos, and it looks like Georgia, from my closer to Ocala north. Florida looks like Georgia. It's oak trees and whatnot. And I already elaborated a lot on that. But as far as favorite states, yeah, that's... Then I really like Appalachia a lot. Like the whole Appalachia area. So Dakota looked beautiful. I think that Dakota is beautiful. South Dakota, North Dakota, especially the western part. It's like one of those days. You think Montana or Wyoming. The eastern part has its own beauty. It's this rolling, short grass prairie hills. But then you get to western Montana, western Wyoming, and it's out of this world, snow-capped mountains. And it's like, woo! If you're in California and needed a bass player, let me know. Let me tell you, I just finished that song that if you listen to the podcast today, you probably heard it. I would love to have like a real bass player playing on that song and do some slap bass. It's kind of like a funky kind of song. So yeah. Camaro Man 520. Hello everyone, especially Robert. Thank you. Welcome to the club now. I'm trying to see if I missed anything here. Well, we had Red Jaguar to my Pelican Head family. Good afternoon, Traveling Robert. Sorry to be late, but Fridays is when the boss decides to restock the RV. And are hard to keep stocked. I've been watching you on the social medias, man, and you've been traveling. You're in Florida, aren't you? How did Pelican hold up against the last storm? I don't think... Oops, this thing is moving. I don't think much happened. We're probably going to go there next week. I mean, it's an 8-hour drive, so you have to think about it. But I think it was fine. I mean, the I went over Pelican. I was yesterday late afternoon, the I was going over Pelican, and we got some wind and some rain, but by the time we got there, it was just a weak tropical storm. Really, nothing really that bad. Will you be having lechon or turkey? I would prefer lechon just because tradition, Cuban tradition, even though Cubans don't really celebrate Thanksgiving in Cuba. But my mom just got a brand new, stove, a brand new range, and it has a huge oven. So we might do a turkey at my mom's, actually. I don't know how I'm going to do it. yet. I might do it traditional, brine it and then put all kinds of spices in the hole there, and or we might treat it as if it was a lechon and put a lot of stab it and put a lot of spices inside. I don't know. I don't know yet how we're gonna do it. Kansas, Oklahoma, and Nebraska are hard to cross in anticipation of getting to the Rockies. And yeah, and there's certain parts. Although Kansas really surprised me this last time. I drove through there, like just west of Kansas City. It's beautiful rolling hills before it gets completely flat. It would be awesome to hear you play bass guitar. What are the top worst interstate highways in your opinion? Well, definitely I-10 west of the Atchafalaya Basin in Louisiana. There's a part of I-65 like south of Louisville that it ain't great. I-80 up there by Chicago, Indiana. They fix it. They fix it a lot, but still not great. That's what comes to mind right now. DG, all the states have beautiful places in wonderful country, in this wonderful country. Very much. DG from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I could just wave my hand there, and and if I yell loud enough, Cajachina. Yeah, one of these days I'm gonna get me a Cajachina. Ask Remy, it's cold. Baby, it's cold outside. Trouble Nate Dog. No, it's not cold. Remy, down here in South Florida, it's like 80 degrees right now. Let me ask. Remember this thing from Minitini? It's 79.8 outside, 74 in here. That was in Minitini 3, but I brought it inside. Some electrical problems right now. Oh no, Red Jaguar, be careful. Camaraman, what's the IPA for tonight? Well, we're having some High from Cigar City. Just, going back to tradition. William Brody would love to see you and Kate the Pitbull again. I saw her on the camera. Actually, let me see if we can get a live shot. It's nighttime over there now, so it's not gonna be that great. Can you go to Calgary and Edmonton? Hopefully next year. Next year, I want to do two things, and that's why I have to talk to Winnebago, see if we can do. A Pennsylvania Turnpike is always bad. Yeah, I agree. I need to get a trailer with my own Florida license plate and registration, so I don't have any trouble going into Mexico and Canada because I want to go into both. Let's do that crazy thing again. Now that, national park travel is going to be discouraged for influencers, they want us to get a permit, even though we're just going to show up with a GoPro. And I have a couple of videos that I haven't edited yet, and I'm going to publish them. I mean, I did it when it was still okay to go. So I'm probably not going to do any national parks, or not as many. I mean, if I have to, I'll get a permit. I mean, it's like $150. It's not like the end of the world. But yeah, they're doing that. Garza's on the road. Hi, Robert. Sorry, we are joining a bit late today. Just finished working on some boondocking improvements on the Micro Mini. Pics will be added soon. Let us know your thoughts on it. Thank you. Yeah, I would love to see that. And we always celebrate Thanksgiving with lechon and sweet ham. Yeah, I might do the lechon, I might do like a pork shoulder or I mean, we don't have as big a family here. So, Thomas Saunders, favorite instrument to play? Well, piano is my main instrument. Guitar will be the second. And then when I want to party, and especially when I have a couple of these towards the end of the party, I like to play the congas. I go boom pak boom boom pak boom boom pak boom pak boom boom pak. Yeah, that's what I do. What's your favorite place to go in Arizona? Oh, the Grand Canyon would be my number one choice. Of course, that's kind of crowded. But for the people, I like Quartzsite. But there are very few places in Arizona that I wouldn't like to go. I really love that state. When it comes to the natural beauty, man, it's there's a cooking show waiting to be done Thanksgiving dinner in Minitini. That will be quite a production. I wonder if I could cook a small turkey in that convection microwave while boondocking. There's a thought. And let me reset the chat here. I was gonna do something and I totally forgot what it was. Will Howell, I hiked Angel's Landing in Zion because of you. Thank you for the inspiration. Oh, you're welcome. How was it? It's quite a hike. I'm considering Phoenix for winter. Why say you? I say you good luck finding a campground in winter in Phoenix. But there's plenty of boondocking, around, and if you winter in Phoenix, we gotta get together at some point. Bob Leach, what reason has the government used to explain why you can't film in national park? It makes no sense whatsoever. Who cares? Just another regulation on the backs. It's money. I think it's money, man. I think, if you're gonna make money from the National Park Service, they wanna get a cut. I think that's all there is to it, really. To be honest about it. What's your favorite national park to camp? To camp? Oh boy, to camp. I really liked camping at the North Rim, even though it was just one night. The North Rim of the Grand Canyon. What other park did I camp in the park? And the main thing with the camping inside the national parks for someone like me who depends on the internet to work, usually there's no internet in the national park campgrounds. Like, yeah, it's beautiful at Cades Cove in the Smoky Mountains. Yellowstone, Yosemite, it's beautiful campgrounds, but El Mandalorian, in Puerto Rico they make el pavochon, turkey made like a roasted pork. Yeah, that's probably what we're gonna do, right? By the way, I wanna go back to Puerto Rico. I wanna go to, is it El Guavate, where they make, like, I've heard they make the best roast pork in El Guavate in Puerto Rico. More lyrics to free my RV. I go hiking, commanding views. However, I have bad news. I forgot my hiking shoes. I like that. Oh, I have to write that down. Jen on Wheels. Happy Friday. So bummed. We were supposed to have a weekend in Harper's Ferry, but needed to cancel because we all have the flu. Oh, I'm sorry about that. But at least we get to watch the live chat. Or you can watch my Harper's. I have 2 videos of Harper's Ferry, so there you go. We were on 985 to go to the Outer Banks. It was the worst traffic of all time. My son and I cook our Thanksgiving turkey over a fire in homemade oven. It's a blast. Plus, we enjoy getting a keg from local brewery. There you go. That's the way to do it. And I hear nowadays a lot of people do like a deep fried turkey. Have you guys ever done that? I'm kind of afraid. I've seen there you go. Jim in DC is talking about that. Ever fried a turkey looks like a risk-reward prospect. I'm sure that tastes delicious. you know, anything fried. It tastes, tastes delicious. Winnipeg, yeah. Hopefully next year we're gonna be able. If I get it going to Canada, and I'm gonna try to spend some time there, uh, at least a month. I don't know. We'll see. I heard I-5 is pretty bad from Vegas to California. I-5? No, I-5 doesn't go from Vegas to California. Does it? I have to get my map here. But I don't recall it being bad. Where's the one? The only one. Let me get my map here straight. I-15, right? That's the one that goes to LA. Actually, as I recall, it wasn't that bad. Actually, when you enter California, there's this crazy looking power plant that has like these three huge poles, and it reflects the sunlight from all these mirrors. It looks like something out of a science fiction movie. And then that drive on the Mojave Desert, it's actually something. So then you get to Barstow, and then eventually Cajon Pass, and then you're in the city. Um, Red Jaguar, stop by and see us this winter. We will be set up in Okeechobee and then Tampa. This snowbirding is all new to us. Hold on, I got a picture. Okay, he sent me the new lyrics to writing in my RV. Yeah, definitely. Let me know where you're gonna be like next week. Maybe we can hook up, or maybe the week after, or before the end of the year for sure. Yeah. Young Dave, hi Robert. Notice your turntable and LPs in the background. Do you prefer the sound of vinyl over CDs? It depends. I really like the sound of vinyl, and that back there, of course, is a Technic 1200. And I used to have a lot more CDs. I mean, records. I got rid of many of those. I used to be a DJ. I mean, it was more of a hobby than a business, but it was. So, but I still have some of like the classics. I kept some of the classics, but I do like the sound of a record. More than a CD in a sense. The 15 is rather nice, but people always get into accidents. The closer you get to a big city, the crazier people drive. And I noticed that every time, I'm like traveling for 2-3 months at a time, and then I come back to Miami. I'm like, oh gosh, how do people drive in here? But yeah. Sarah Casio found a neat houseboat community bordering the upper Mississippi River, Minnesota, Wisconsin border. Strolled across the river on a very quiet bridge, under which we saw some cool graffiti worth checking out if nearby. One of these days, I wanna take that road down the Mississippi from Minneapolis. Down, I hear there are some great places to visit. So that's something that I want to do. Tony 5006, thank you for that super chat. Thank you so much. Jackson Stotka, can you go to Eugene and Salem, Oregon? A couple months ago, I was so close, but time ran out on us. We really had to come back to Florida at that point. This is some good IPA. I haven't had a good IPA in at least 3 weeks. Let me reset the chat here. It's I-15 from Vegas to California, and traffic is absolutely horrible westbound on Sundays. I can imagine, all those Angelinos, coming back from Vegas, because it's a long drive, but it's not a very long drive. So, Jim in DC, I've recorded my albums analog into the computer, keeps the warmth sound and doesn't skip in the car. Hey, that's a good idea. But the one thing that I would do with albums, if you're gonna record, nowadays especially, we have fast, good computers recorded at the highest bit rate, and don't do 14.4 kilohertz like 14.4, 41. Was it for 41.1? Right, that's what we use for CDs. Oh man, I'm having a mental fart. Do it at 96 or 128 kilohertz, so you really preserve that waveform, the way it's supposed to be. CDs were invented in, what, 84? So at the time, they did the best they could do. It's like movies, when they decided on 24 frames per second, This is the best we can do right now in the 1910s or whatever. And that's the best they could do in 1984 when they invented CDs, but right now we can sample sound in such higher quality, and I think 192 kilohertz would be good enough for most people, for most ears anyway. And by at the time, 16 bit was the bit length, which determines the noise floor. But now we can do 24 bit, 32 bit, whatever we want. We can do nowadays. It's the power to record sound nowadays is nearly unlimited. Of course, everybody listens to MP3s on a Bluetooth headphone, which basically destroys the sound. But what can you do? Remy, I don't know where truffles come from, but I know truffle oil is delicious. I don't care where it comes from. And my cat decided to say hi to her. Hi, cat. Please say hi to my husband. My husband, Noe Palacios. He's a big fan. Hey, Noe. Dogfish Head 90 minutes for the win. Yes, I like that. Kilobytes. What did I say? Megabytes or something else? Yeah. Where are we staying, Robert? Traveling Robert. Hope you can make it to M23. We all missed you this year. Definitely. Count on me for M23. I really do want to go. I missed it this time too, but I was committed to finishing the Lewis and Clark trip. By golly, I was gonna finish it, and that's the main reason why I didn't go to M23 or the Hershey RV show. But next year we're doing all those. Have you tried Harpoon IPA? I have a feeling I have. I've tried a lot of the RVDJ 128-bit rate to rip CDs on the computer is best. Anything higher doesn't change it much. I don't know, Sonia. Sometimes I can hear it in the hi hats and the even though I don't have that 18 kilohertz ears anymore, I probably can hear 10 kilohertz at the most. 10 hertz. Yeah, 10 kilohertz at the most. As you get older, you don't get to hear those high frequencies. But back in 1999, when I used to rip CDs and use Napster, I could definitely tell the difference. Not anymore, to be honest. But find a good spot for the Chrome mic gooseneck. I have it back there. I have to put it on here somewhere, and I'm still using this old. Yeah, definitely. Bell Vernon, Monongahela. Yeah. Are you talking about the Monongahela River? Because if you're talking about the Monongahela River, I was there in Pittsburgh. So, hey, Dookie Chips. Look what I have back there. Apparently, mushrooms do come from poop. Who would have thunk it? I still like them. I did my at 192. I'm happy with it. Yeah, for I mean, I'm not gonna get pedantic about sound quality, and I don't have the ears I used to have, as I said. 192 sounds okay, but there's certain recordings that call for a lossless format, and of course, yeah, I talk all this, but I listen to most of my music on Spotify, and now I got a free trial to uh, to Apple Music since I got this new computer, and what I'm trying to do is get some of my own music and some of my own background tracks. You know, I'm gonna start improving my repertoire for the Minitini lounges, and but yeah, 192 seems to be the sweet spot. Unless yeah, for MP3 anyway. The diabetic diet show. I just upgraded my air conditioner to a heat pump so I can have electric heat. Has anyone used one of these? The couch was warm last night. I haven't, but I hear it's great, especially if you're staying at an RV park that has free electricity. Um, it's it's a no-brainer. Dookie Chips, happy Veterans Day. Thank you for that super chat. Thank you for that super chat. And for those of you who have joined us later in the show, happy Veterans Day and thank you for your courage and for your service to all the veterans. We need a writing in my RV sticker. How do I get one? We're gonna have the way to get the stickers on the website very soon. There's gonna be an update any day now. Um, and I did order a small batch, only 100 for now. So, with regard to your hearing, do you think getting hearing aids would restore your hearing in the upper kilohertz range, or is it not going to happen at all? You poor old ears. I, I I don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't think you get that back. It's just nature. As you age, when you're 16, you're supposed to hear up to 20 kilohertz. Which is why they decided on the. I mean, 20 kilohertz. If you look at an equalizer, that's the basically the limit of, especially of digital music. That's CDs. That's the highest frequency you can reproduce on a CD. But and that's one of the things that people say, that records have a certain quality that goes beyond your natural hearing, because records in theory can record higher than 20 kilohertz. So you don't hear it physically, but subliminally, or you get that. And they're telling me that the CDs are now, the stickers are now, and the IFB here, my IFB here, they're telling me that CDs are now on the website, and they are. All right, thank you, Remy, and so let me see if we can do this properly here. If you go to, no, that's not where we want to go to. Show secondary display. Here we go. That's my beautiful website right there. And if you go to merchandise, there it is. Free in my RV. You can do PayPal, Venmo, and I do believe you can even do like a credit card payment. So yeah, you sign in, and then I'm pretty sure there's a way to do it without signing in. Pay with debit, credit card. Here we go. And there's a pop-up window that pops up for you to enter your information. So that's that. So check it out if you want to get my sticker. That's how you do it. Which, by the way, I was gonna show you. Let me get this out of the way here. I wanted to show you, and I totally forgot about it. And I wanted to show you Pelicamp. And right now, let me turn off the infrared light, because right now the infrared light is making it worse actually. Yeah, actually, it doesn't look that great right now. But I'm gonna show you anyways. That's not it. That's it. That's the outside of Pelicamp right now. My neighbor across the street just put a bunch of lights on his fence, but that's the outside. The camera is kind of dirty because of the rain from the hurricane. Let me see if I can actually let's see how Minitini I looks. Let me turn it back on the night vision lights, and let's see. I don't think we got any much damage at all, to be honest about it. Landscape orientation. Let me do full screen here, and that will be Pelicamp right now live for you guys as Minitini I, and those might be, those are bugs actually, what you see on screen, and that's a live shot. I don't think we got any damage at all, to be honest. So there you have it. All right. Oh, it's been an hour. Hey, Tin Can Carl, I could hear 15.750 kilohertz as a kid. So my TV repairman father would take me on service calls so I could tell him if it was working. I could too. And I know exactly what you're talking about. Like the old TVs, you know, the CRT TVs, they would emit a very high pitched sound, and I could hear it. I doubt I could hear it anymore. But yep. Hey, bikes, boats, and bivouacs. Hello there. Christopher Olson, see you all for tonight. Thank you. See you next Friday. Thank you for being here. Nice. Minitini I is undercover. And I'm thinking, I might take Minitini I up to Quartzsite this winter. I do have to upgrade the battery. That's pretty much it. Chef Alex at large. Es temprano. Yes, it is. Does anybody know if my mom's still here? If my mom is still here, looks like a UFO. What looks like a UFO? Robert, any way to buy your music CD? Not yet. We're going to have a CD. What I'm thinking about... for the CD, I'm going to change... I'm gonna have, right now what I was selling was a double CD with like pretty much everything that I've done so far. But I'm thinking of doing one CD, you know, like the whole 80 minutes, but with like the best of what I've done. And I have to figure out which are your favorite songs. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go into Spotify, Apple Music, and see which are the top songs that you guys are listening to. And that's probably what I'm going to do, plus the 3 or 4 new tunes that I have. Remy says, take Minitini I. I'm thinking about it. Absolutely, Remy. The website is looking good, says Jim in DC. Yeah, I like it. When it comes to hearing problems when you get older, standing right in front of rock concerts, The Who, Blue Oyster Cult, Doesn't help. Ask me how I know. Well, young Dave, I used to be a musician. And you know where you are in the musician? Up on stage, where it is probably loudest. Um, so that's probably where I missed a little bit of my hearing. I think I'm still doing pretty good. I haven't done any sound test, but I'm pretty sure I can still do 15 kilohertz, no problems, at my 51 years of age. Of course, that's gonna keep going down. I mean, 10 kilohertz, I'll take it. 10 kilohertz still sounds good. Anything below 10 kilohertz, it sounds like a Soviet radio from the 1980s. But hey, what is the size of your canopy? Oh man, right now I can't remember. I believe it is like 30 by 18, could be. And then I made it like 14 tall, so I can put I could put a fifth wheel in there if I really wanted to. Uh, Manatee Cove, we want to cover for a motorhome. Why is Minitini cover so high? What are the advantages? As I said, I made it high enough so if I ever want to put like a small fifth wheel under it, I still have enough room. If I was gonna pay, I don't know how much was it, like almost $4,000 for it. I might as well, do it a little bigger, so it's all good. Vagando everywhere por todos lados. Look at the server rack batteries at Signature Solar. Will Prowse made an awesome inverter battery a la EcoFlow, very easy. I'll check it out. Key West is a great bar beach tune. Yeah, Key West is definitely gonna make it to the greatest hits CD. Ask Remy. I used to install car audio. Really? And now you install a solar, well, at least for yourself. If I run into any trouble installing solar, installing my upgraded battery system on Minitini I, I'll reach out, man. Steve Muse, hi Robert, is nice in Perry right now. No damage from the storm. Riding in my RV and Key West are my favorite songs. Kashmiri. And Traveling Robert, there is a campground by Charoil. It's called Pine Cove RV Resort. Nice folks, by the way. Good to know. Do you worry about your tires on Mini One since you don't move it that much? Well, the tires are, I was going to say fairly new, but they aren't really. When was it that we did that? It was earlier this year. I mean, it's been in the shade for half of the year, and they're brand new tires. Those tires only have like a couple hundred miles, so they should be okay. And they supposedly realigned the axles, and they redid everything, so it should be okay. The only thing I have to do to Minitini I to make it like roadworthy for like boondocking and going out there, it's the battery is dead, and for some reason the solar is not working right now. I don't know. When they redid the roof, they reconnected something wrong. I have to figure it out. Orizi Land, thank you for that super sticker. Keep it up. Yes. Actually, I did 4.8 miles this morning. I'm trying to start doing a little more. What was that notification? Oh, never mind. I thought it was a text message, but it's not. Any Christmas CD related to your travels? The thing with the Christmas CD is copyright. I would have to license the music in order to do a Christmas CD, which I can do, but it's gonna take some time. 22 years in Florida, never been to Key West. Well, you gotta do it when you come back. And Garza is on the road. Robert, where do you buy the canopy? There's this. I bought it. There's a place in Perry, Florida. It's called King Building Systems. Keen. And of course, they subcontracted it, and eventually it was tubular, tubular building systems or something like that. That's the name of the company that actually built the thing. And I think then the guys who came to actually put it together, it was another subcontracted company, but King Building Systems, they are in Perry, Florida, and that's why I used, local. I was gonna call our friends. Remember back in the day, I used to do a commercial for custom covers of Arkansas. I mean, bringing the thing from Arkansas would have probably been more expensive than the thing itself. So I decided to go local. Jim and DC, your next CD could be live tracks from Minitini Lounge or perhaps Robert holiday favorites, including some Cuban songs. That would be fun. Hey, we could do that too. The thing again, copyright, I would have to license. And most of music nowadays is a mechanical license, so it shouldn't be too difficult. But that would be the main thing. And yeah, we could do Traveling Robert en vivo, like live. I hope scorpions didn't scare you away from Arizona. I've been reliably informed that in the winter, scorpions and snakes stay underground for the most part. Our friend Paul from the Motorhome Experiment, which now they changed their name. Now it's called like Adventures with Paul and Lorena or something like that. He told me that when I met him in Arizona many years ago. Lee Green, good night, everybody. I'm trying to stay awake, but it's so hard. If I sleep now, I'll be awake. If I don't sleep now, I'll be awake all night. Again, thanks for the vets, for all you've done for us. Good night, everybody. Stay safe. Thank you, Lee Green. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Ask Remy, I'll fix your solar. They tell me now if I need to turn back. Right now, brother. Dry lavender is a scorpion deterrent. There you go. Solar and Minitini I might not work well under the canopy. That could be a problem, right? Next time I'll get it like a plexiglass canopy. Ask Remy. By the way, we are a cult. Robert is the leader. Think about it. Just kidding. Hi, Remy. Speedy Ford, is there a hike you want to do or hope to plan for? Yes, absolutely. There are 2 or 3 hikes that I want to do before I get too old to be able to do them. I think I'm still there. I think I still got it. But when I'm 80, I may not be able to do them. I want to do rim to rim in the Grand Canyon. I want to do Mount Whitney in the California Sierra Nevada. I want to do Angel's Landing I did already. Never mind. You see? Senior moment. I want to do what's the Half Dome? I want to do Half Dome. And I want to do a substantial, like as the longest that I can do of the Appalachian Trail. At least from at least the beginning. At least make it to Springer Mountain, and a little bit. So Brandon Baragri request. How about serenading us with Driving to the West at the end of tonight's show? We could do that. Rim to Rim is on our bucket list as well. There you go. Maybe we can do it together. The thing with Rim to Rim is there's a very narrow window of opportunity in spring and then one in fall. And I'm planning it. Maybe we will do like a group. I know Jim in DC was interested in that one too. So we would have to make a reservation way in advance at that hotel. We could camp too, right at the bottom of the canyon, but I'd rather be able to stay at the lodge down there. And Luz, where are you? We are at the Flagami Studio in Miami, Florida. Home base, basically. And That's about it for tonight, everybody. I want to thank each one of you. Rim to rim, man. Let's go. Whitney after that. We could do rim to rim this fall. We just have to, plan it out. Like if we're gonna do it, we have to plan it out like now, because it's very busy. It's hard to, unless we're tent camp, which I've never done, but there's always a first time, right? A group would be great, says Rick Skidmore. We could plan for that. Do one of those like difficult hikes, like Mount Whitney or rim to rim. Mount Whitney, if you do it in season, you need to get into that lottery. But if you do it right before the season or right after the season, you can do it with no reservation. It's warmer in Florida than it is in Arizona. Definitely, it's hot here. It's 80 degrees. There's a drive that I want to do in Canyonlands National Park, the White Rim Trail. I almost did it last summer, but it had rained a lot, so they didn't recommend it. I just did the Schaefer Trail, which you're gonna see soon. All right, everybody. Let me get my old guitar, and we're gonna do a quick song. Oh, we're going over time. I don't know if my voice is gonna be too cold for me to do Driving to the West. Phantom Ranch in the Canyon is closed for the unknown future. Really? Well, that settles it then. Well, we're gonna have to tent camp. Let me see if I can hit it. Driving to the west, into the sunset, driving to the west. Driving to the west, into the sunset, driving to the west. My voice is too cold. Woo! Riding in my RV, wherever I want to be, 'cause I'm free. Driving into Utah, driving to the west, into the sunset, driving to the west. I'm gonna be soon driving to the west, into the sunset, driving to the west, driving to the west. Driving through New Mexico, Arizona, even California. I'm gonna get my kicks on 66. The mountains and the desert are my fix. Driving to the west in my RV is where I wanna be. I'm riding in my RV, wherever I want to be, 'cause I'm free in my RV. Yeah, I'm riding in my RV, wherever I want to be, 'cause I'm free in my RV. Good night, everybody. I want to thank once again all the veterans in your day here. Thank you for your courage. Thank you for your service. And until next Friday, thank you for being here. Thank you for choosing to spend your a little over an hour of your Friday evening with us, hanging out and sharing stories from the road. See you next week. Actually, Sunday. See you Sunday. I might do a premiere. Bye, everybody.